Hey everyone, welcome to class. Today's flow is another episode of Pose with a Purpose, and this time we're tackling the difference between Updog versus Cobra. This is one of those poses that after a while it's kind of like, that's basically the same thing, right? But it's really not. And there's really some interesting things about these poses, the anatomy of them, that will help you use them better and make your practice more efficient, more effective. So you don't need any special props, just your yoga mat in a nice open space. And whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started. For today's flow, you don't need anything special, but I want you to come to the front of your mat, and we'll just move into down dog so that we can flow pretty freely from there. So we'll move from down dog to plank, and we'll sit back a little bit and chat. So moving from down dog, just take a couple breaths here, stretch it out. And you can just hang here while I talk to you for a second. So between Cobra and Updog, there's massive amounts of difference, but even if you've been practicing for a while, it can feel like, it's basically the same, right? And not that necessarily that thinking would hurt you at all, but you won't get as much out of the poses as you could, and it gives you fewer options in your yogi arsenal to pull out as you're practicing on your own, and even when you're in a class in a studio. So it's good to just be equipped with the knowledge about these things so that you have choices and you know how to use them well. So from your down dog, I just want you to come forward a little bit. So you can come down to your knees. We'll work Cobra first, since that's kind of I would say a little bit more elementary version of this kind of back bend. So how we would transition to Cobra from, let's say, a plank, and we'll keep the knees down for demonstration purposes. As you exhale, we would lower down. Chaturanga. From Chaturanga, the tops of the feet come down, the chest comes flat. So the placement of the hands is really key here, because it's pretty much at the same level as your chest. So same level as your bra strap, essentially, for the girls. Spreading the fingers wide, the hands come flat, and you want to make sure that the shoulders stay hugging back and they're rolling back away from the mat. Because another thing that is likely to cause some discomfort is if you're rolling the shoulders forward. So if you notice how my shoulder can dip below my elbow, that's not going to make your pose very effective, and it might hurt your shoulder. So you want to make sure that you're rolling the shoulders back so that the elbow is in line with the shoulder at the very least. Next, kicking into the tops of the feet. So the whole lower half of the body is engaged. So you're really trying to kick the floor away through the tops of the feet, engaging the thighs. So you're pulling the thighs away from the kneecaps. And of course, just gently kind of squeezing the glutes together so that you're kind of tucking the tailbone slightly. So you're pressing the pelvis into the mat. From here, the shoulders roll back, and you're going to keep the elbows bent as you come up. So the chest is lifting up towards the sky. The crown of the head lifts up towards the sky. And I want you to come up for a second. So just sit up and think of having really impeccable posture as you're coming into this pose. So instead of simply just pushing the floor away and jamming the chest up, you're going to think of taking this middle section, kind of between the collarbones here. Think of just pulling that up towards the sky. So you're not doing don't worry about doing anything with the shoulders or doing anything with the back. Just think of lifting that portion from pointing down to pointing up. Small little adjustment makes a huge difference. So as you come through your up dog, if that's what your focus is in the chest, you're just going to have that slight adjustment, makes a huge difference. And you don't have to worry about, is my spine being pushed back too far, because that's not what you're paying attention to. So let's try that. So you know what to do with the legs. We've got the arms situated. Be sure to keep the elbows in. The elbows touch your body here. Always. Never let them flare out. So elbows touch your body. Fingers spread wide. Look just neutral, straight down. Shoulders pull back. Remember, tilt that part of the chest up. You're pressing into the hands lightly. Reach the chest up towards the sky. Come down. So I'm going to talk to you one more time about something else. So an added thing, now that we have the upper part of the chest working and moving in the right direction, the lower part of the chest has a roll here too. So I'm just going to roll my shirt slightly so you can tell, more, this video just got more interesting. So you can tell with a little bit more detail. So the other thing as you roll up is that the rib cage is going to, let's see, the lower part of the rib cage is moving up and forward. So I'll kind of show you what that looks like. As you're here, this is what I want you to kind of picture doing. Shoulders roll back. You lift the chest. So your chest is lifted, you're looking forward. But instead of just kind of pushing straight back, that doesn't really do very much for you, you want to create more space in the chest. So you'd lift up slightly. Think of moving the lower rib cage forward towards the top of your mat. So it's a slight little adjustment. I'll do it one more time now that you know what you're looking for. So the lower rib cage is moving out and forward slightly. So it's like a very, very small adjustment, but makes a huge difference too. So you'd push up a little bit, and then think of moving the lower rib cage out towards the top of your mat. The neck is still neutral. And come back down. So there's Cobra. Now Updog is a different beast, but very, very similar. So we're just gonna build on that a little bit, and then you have your Updog. So let's say you're coming through your flow, shifting forward, lower down, Updog. You'd press all the way up, fingertips face forward, the crease of the elbows faces the front of your mat, kick into the tops of the feet, press into the top of the feet, engage the legs so they come off the mat, and you're still moving the lower rib cage towards the top of your mat, lifting that space between the collarbones up, crown of the head lifts up. Pulling the belly back, knees down. Maybe you sit back. We can come to child's pose if you were doing it with me. So the difference between them is big, but it's a very, very, very similar movement. So if you consider that one kind of informs the other, there's a lot of overlap, but there is a difference. So up dog, the arms are straight, fingers are still spread wide, but you're getting a little bit more of a load in the front side of the body than you are, or in the back side of the body than you are in Cobra. So we'll do one more of each, one more each time. Let's do Cobra first. Come all the way down. Shoulders roll back. Hands are at bra strap level or chest level. Roll the shoulders back. Press into the palms of the hands. Keep the elbows bent. Elbows stay bent. Elbows stay bent. Crown of the head lifts up. Chest has lots of space. Exhale, take it down. Now we come to full up dog. So maybe have more space on your mat. Kick into the tops of the feet. Roll the shoulders back. You press all the way up. Thighs come off the floor. Kick into the tops of the feet. Very, very important. Lift the crown of the head. Create space in the chest. Knees down. Sit it back. Child's pose. And go ahead and have a seat. And there you have it. Cobra versus up dog. Thank you so much. Namaste. So there you have it. I really hope that that was helpful. Now make sure you're all signed up for the Bad Yogi Club, which is totally free and linked to in the description below. That's where you'll get more free classes, Q&As, and a bunch of other fun stuff that I only put in email. In the meantime, I'd love to hear what you learned in this particular class. Did you feel that you were doing things a little bit differently before? And if it helped your practice at all, I would love to know. Plus, poses that you want to see in the future. So thank you so much again for joining me, and I'll see you right back here next week. I know that we already finished class, but I want you to take a second and go on a little mini journey with me. So close your eyes one more time. Now imagine that you're waking up in the morning just like you do on any other day, only this time you feel more balanced, stronger, and you can tell a real difference in your energy and how you carry yourself. You know that you're gonna work out and eat healthy today, but you actually get excited about and look forward to the workouts. You feel that way because now you're using motivators other than the scale, and because there's a whole community right there with you, cheering you on, discussing poses, and just being generally positive and motivational. You feel that way today because you feel like you're about to start the best day of your life. You're about to start over from the inside out with self-acceptance and self-love. Today, you decided to join a community of like-minded people and feel motivated and inspired every single day. And for the first time, you're not making excuses of why I don't have time to work out, because after each workout, you feel amazing, happy, and energized.
Now, open your eyes. If this sounds like the kind of day that you want to live and the kind of feeling you want to wake up with, then I highly encourage you to check out my new program, the Perfect Body Yoga Program. This is the first fitness program that doesn't just focus on a six-pack abs or getting a bikini body. This whole concept operates on the belief that the perfect body is simply the healthiest version of the body you already have. But don't just take my word for it. I actually created that entire visualization from comments from users just like you who've been experiencing firsthand the effortless change in lifestyle that this program has created for them. But anyway, I won't say anything more about it than that. I'll just leave you with this last comment that I think is my favorite from a PBYP member that I think you're gonna love. She said, "Every day, I cannot wait to do the next class. I can honestly say I have never made this kind of commitment ever. I want to do it. I can see me doing this program over and over again." That's kind of a drop the mic moment in my book. And I know that when the change happens from the inside, you know it's a lifelong shift. So do yourself a favor and check out more via the link below, and I will see you on the inside. Hey guys, be sure to click below to find out more about the Perfect Body Yoga Program. Now, if you want to see what other people just like you are saying about their experience with the program, go ahead and hit pause at any point on this screen to read the reviews a little bit more. I hope to see you on the inside, but either way, I'll see you next Monday for class.